من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا أحمده سبحانه وتعالى وأشكره وهو أهل حمد وثناء وأشهد أن لا إله إلا هو لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله ومصطفى اللهم صل وسلم على عبدك ورسولك محمد وأهله وصحبه وسلم. Alhamdulillah bil alamin. We thank Allah Almighty always for every opportunity to learn why we are here. And we must understand, understanding is power. And power is understanding. And when we understand why Allah Almighty sent 124,000 prophets to humanity, and even after the seal of the prophets, Allah Almighty still raises up inheritors to be among people. When our grandparents, Adam and Eve, were in paradise, when they became dirty, Allah asked them to leave. Because no one can be in paradise and be dirty. Dirty ones are not for paradise. Paradise is not for dirty people. And the mercy that Allah Almighty sends to us over and over and over and over and over again is that we must be clean. We must be clean people mentally. We must be clean people physically. We must be clean people spiritually. And as we clean ourselves, we gain a power. If we understood the wisdom of cleanliness, nobody would ever be dirty. No one would ever have bad thoughts. No one's body would ever be dirty. No one's soul would ever be dirty. Shaitan will never be able to use our hearts as toilets. If we understood the wisdom of cleanliness, and that's why Allah says purification is half of our faith. The other half is fear of Allah Almighty. Aren't they one and the same? They're one and the same. It shows us just how powerful it is to be clean. Because when Allah Almighty says the heart of the believer is the heart of a believer is the house of Allah Almighty, Allah is saying that there in that heart, in that soul, lies such a pure place where that person fights everything that keeps them from their Lord's pleasure. They don't, their power do not come from the food and drink. Animals, their power comes from food and drink. Human beings' power do not come from their food and their drink. Either they are weak because they are dirty, or they are powerful and strong because they're clean. Because they're clean. And that's why Allah Almighty made all of the prophets and the nation of all those prophets to fast. No one can reach great heights in divine presence without fasting. And that's why Allah Almighty says, if you but knew, you would fast. We look for opportunities to stay dirty by saying, I can't fast. Oh, I can't fast. I'm ducking the fast. But if we understood, if we really understood what fasting does, there's no greater power for reaching into divine presence than being clean, and cleanliness, the best cleanliness is through fasting. Those people, they don't take their power from money. They don't take their power from food. They don't take their power from titles. They don't take their power from people's respect. They take their power from their Lord, Allah Almighty. Allah says, I am sufficient for them. So why does Allah Almighty send punishment? Why does Allah Almighty send curses? Why is it in our lives we seem to be stuck, stunted, stopped? We can't move forward. We are miserable. We are depressed. We're angry. We're envious. We're jealous. We're stubborn and full of pride. We're dirty. That's dirt. Get your engine clogged up with dirt and your car doesn't run. Clog your sink up, your drain with dirt and grime, and clog it up. It doesn't run. Water won't flow. Clog your arteries up with dirt. The blood cannot flow. It's only through the cleanliness that that spiritual power dwells in the human being, and Allah Almighty is able to use that clean one to bring about His will on earth. That's always been the reality. Why and how and when did we begin to love dirtiness more than cleanliness? When it gives us such a power. When Allah Almighty sent any prophet, they went through a trial and tribulation to clean them. Allah Almighty put them in a situation where they had to call on Allah Almighty only. When Musa alayhi salam was thrown out from being raised under Pharaoh, he had no money. He had no food. He had no drink. He had no friends. The only power that gave him power was Allah Almighty. Allah is always showing us and telling us. When He told Musa alayhi salam to come to where that bush was burning, He said, "Oh Musa, take off your shoes. Take off your shoes." This is why when we come into the mosque, we take off our shoes. When we go into our homes, we take off our shoes. Because when we're out in the world, we collect dirt on our shoes. Allah said, take them off. This is a pure, clean place, only for the clean ones. Take off your ego, which is dirty. Take off your humanity, which is dirty. Come to that which I've blown into your grandfather Adam to be clean, pure. Allah is one. Allah is not two or three. When Allah is writing La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah, very few people understand why Allah Almighty is writing La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah with His name. When the pen started to write, before even creation was created, there was La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah. Before Adam and Eve, before all